Good afternoon. It's Monday, October 16th. The market's rebounding, but as I discussed this morning, I don't necessarily trust it. I'm not really focused on shorting the market. We're focused on the war plays. The war plays worked out really well for us last week, and I think they'll continue to work out for the reasons we discussed on the VIP show this morning. A little bit of a warning, though. TLT down 1.76%. Maybe the reason that's not causing uh, KRE and IWM and RK specifically, those are the most sensitive ones to bonds. Maybe the reason it's not causing that to crash is because it's holding last week's lows, right? If you do see a day where TLT breaks below lows or challenges this 84.06, then look out below. It's going to invalidate everything else SPY QQQ might be trying to do. And you can see those ETFs, which are sensitive to interest rates, really take a dive. So just be aware of that. Let's just quickly look at SPY QQQ. Yeah, it does look good. I know a lot of people are very bullish right now. 436.50, about 436.50 needs to break or so here. Wait, it did it this morning, 437. Let's see. 437.22 now, and then you can make a move to the 50 DMA, 439. I get it. A lot of people looking for like all-time highs, 52-week highs on SPY, QQQ. I get it. I see where they're coming from. Doesn't look bad, these charts on the mega caps and the major indices. But I just think we have a better risk reward on these war plays that we did so well last week. So let's review those, okay? First of all, USO gold, you can see everything's pulling back. USO gold and volatility, all right? They're all pulling back. I think they're all going to have their day once again. So you can consider, look at gold popping up right here. You can consider taking some positions in these on red days because unfortunately, things are probably going to get heated up again in the Middle East in a way that could impact the United States and U.S. markets. So let's head on over the morning show. This morning on the morning show, GEO ended up being a number one pick. We started with USO thinking that might be the number one pick, but as we went through it, we decided GEO was going to be the number one pick. We went through the market psychology of why investors sold off GEO Friday and why they buy it today. That was freaking amazing, and that worked. So number one pick right out of the gate. This morning, while we're deciding that, making that decision that would be the number one pick, the stock was right around $8.55. And now you see here it's $8.80. Has a nice little look to it. Wow, I wonder if it's related to that gold little pop. This stuff's going to be very sensitive to geopolitical news. I don't know, something new just came out. But gold and GEO both getting a little pop there. Now, our number two pick so far has not worked out, which is definitely hurting us today because I think we probably put most of our firepower in SWBI. I just really like Smith & Wesson here. These are the gun plays. I like it because it's one of the most recognized brands. The PE is 17, new 52-week high last week, and basically every other day it's hitting a new 52-week high. So look at this pattern: green, red, inside candle. Maybe it's not going to do a reversal today. I still think it can because it did it last week. Last week here, Friday, you see it was down in the morning. It was red pretty much. I think it was red or was it flat? I don't remember, but I think it may have been red. Yeah, you can see here. Let's just double check. The close here was 1380. Okay, so last week, right around here, it was red. Yeah, it was red, and it really didn't take off until around 12 o'clock. All right, so 12 o'clock it took off, and then it didn't get green until whatever. You can see what it did at the end of the day. So I'm still really hopeful for SWBI for all the reasons we talked about on the VIP trading show this morning. And by the way, another gun stock, we said while we had SWBI in there as a top 5 pick, we said any of these gun stocks are interchangeable because we did this last week. We gave you a defense stock LMT Friday morning, but then morning we had notified our community in the VIP chat that we switched it to NOC, which was Northrop Grumman. So we switched out of LMT into NOC because of relative strength. And so when we gave you SWBI this morning, I said, look, we can switch out to POWW or RGR as the top gun play today. We didn't really switch out. We already had POWW. I think we actually sold some on this pop, and we still are also swinging some RGR. But in any case, I'm still very hopeful SWBI pulls out a beautiful day, okay? And if it doesn't, probably tomorrow is going to be gorgeous, all right? So last minute one that snuck into the show, which didn't make it on the show, but as soon as I hung up on the show, I put in the chat the ACHR top 5 pick today. ACHR with a press release that some sort of investment. Here we go. Archer and Abu Dhabi Abu Dhabi Investment Office announces plan to launch Archer's all-electric air taxi service across the UAE. That's a beautiful, beautiful headline. It's green today. I guess if you got it on right after the alert, we gave it to you right after the show ended, so it was probably around 5:20. I guess it's flat, right? Now, of course, you could have made money depending on your entry and exit. It's been volatile, so this hasn't really worked out for the day. But keep an eye on that. On a longer term perspective, they got some exciting news constantly coming out over there. Is this going to be the Tesla of the skies? That's the question. Kathy Woods loves this stock. She keeps on buying. Actually, she keeps on selling Tesla and keeps on buying Archer. If you've been paying attention to her daily moves, I mean, selling Tesla and buying a lot of stuff. I don't mean to say she's replacing Tesla with Archer. It's just she has so much money in Tesla, so that's her source of funds to buy pretty much everything else. Okay, so USO was so like I said, we started the day thinking we can see continuation in USO today, and I said there's no particular catalyst today. You can trade the technicals. We gave up on it. It was too choppy for us. We're monitoring it, and I think we're going to wait for a catalyst or like a major break of some sort of technical level. But too choppy today, and we ended up within a half hour just giving up on USO. All right, but we're going to continue monitoring that along with gold, GLD for this war theme. So where are we at? So GEO did great. SWBI hanging in there, trying to turn around. You can see there, 14.15 is your break even. And there was a couple other things I want to talk about. Where are they? Let's see. Covered Archer, USO. Oh, Raytheon. So then we also in the top 5 gave you Northrop Grumman today. It was the strongest pre-market. Actually looks beautiful right now, doesn't it? Northrop Grumman looking good right now. Let me just check this. Let me check these 5-minute moving averages. So in any case, Northrop Grumman looking good. We had a little bit of this swinging into today, but we switched to Raytheon, RTX. I don't know. They changed their name to RTX, I guess, but formerly known as Raytheon. Raytheon is the strongest of the 3. So there's 3 main defense stocks we try to play: Northrop Grumman, Raytheon, and Lockheed Martin. So we're focusing on Raytheon again, RTX. So we have some RTX right now, but these are all valid, swing long term. Northrop Grumman probably the best, Lockheed Martin second, Raytheon third in terms of valuation. Okay, so all of them are valid if you want to swing them or long term account or something. Unfortunately, this war theme has legs. Okay, let's just quickly look at that Raytheon chart. Yeah, I don't know about that. It's okay. Northrop Grumman looking good. Okay, wow. How many dollars does that move right here after it broke those lines? Let me just look at this. About 75 cents. Yeah, okay. So I like these high price stocks for options. They really move when you get the right direction on them. All right. Yatra had earnings, and I've been saying for a few days we intend this to be our last major swing position. The earnings were not bad. It beat on the bottom line pretty big, 39-cent adjusted EPS, and the top line was missed by a little bit, 13.5 million versus 13.6 million, right? Listened to the conference call, and there was no immediate announcement of like a share buyback or anything. So we'll see. I mean, we'll have to see how India reacts tonight. I think that EPS looks really good. I know India loves, that's pretty much all they care about, even more so than revenue. But all in all, it was nothing, out of this world, and it was nothing bad at all. It was nothing bad at all, but it was nothing like, they should have, if they did a buyback, then maybe this. So they said they're thinking about doing a buyback. A little update in the relatively near future. So in the relatively near future, we can have an update on Yatra buyback, and then the next earnings report for period ending September 30th will probably be in a few weeks. All right. So that's the story with Yatra. Let me just see if there's any chats in Rumble. Oh yeah. No, I mean there's a chat, but it's about politics, not about stocks. Okay. So that's where we're at. Let's see for the rest of the day. Let's try to do this. We did this Friday. Wow, look at what something going on. Was there news? I got to catch up on my news. But our worst stocks are all ticking up right now. Hold on. Let me just check. QQQ. Let me see what's going on. QQQ. Oh, QQQ is also ticking up. Okay. So maybe it's just a general market move, not necessarily related to any war news. So we're getting tick ups in everything right now, including the war stock. So GEO, SWBI, NOC, RTX, all benefiting from this little tick up in the market right now. POWW trying to hold this key level right here. So that's about it. Honestly, for the rest of the day, we are mostly focused on getting a reversal out of SWBI. And if we don't get it, we might even swing this one because I really think this gun theme has legs for the reasons we discussed on our show at 9 a.m. Eastern. And Raytheon continues looking good. Ooh, if it breaks that pre-market high, we could get some legs and make a move towards Friday's high on RTX. Real big underperformer in the defense segment. So maybe RTX will really outperform and have a big move. It's very possible. All right, with that, there's a comment here. Let's see what this comment is. The ammunition category events happen where they're all announced they're seizing all 5.56 sales to the general government locked in that production. I really have no idea what you're talking about, Danny. OLN. I don't know what this is about. What is OLN Corporation? I don't know what that is. In the ammunition where Lake City, OLN, Lake City. What is Lake City? Lake City. Don't know. Olin owns Winchester Ammo. So in the ammunition category, events happened over the weekend where Olin announced they're seizing all 5 points of the general public government locked in that production. What is 5? So are you saying here there's some ammunition that the government is ordering, basically? So there's just not enough supply to sell to the public because they're buying ammunition directly from Lake City? Is that what you're talking about? So you're referring to possibly because of the tension in the Middle East. Okay. And this shifts ammo sales to other companies. Okay. Very interesting and a little bit concerning. I've seen some crazy reports about, we know there's crazy reports about movement of military assets, U.S. military assets overseas. Obviously, we know with the 2 carrier strike groups, but I've also heard there's like movement of tanks in places where you don't usually see them. And now we're seeing a report that United States is locking up all the production for a particular type of ammunition. So it's definitely more evidence that these war plays continue to have legs, especially the gun stocks and the defense stocks. So we're going to continue monitoring these every day. SWBI and POWW, Raytheon and Lockheed Martin and RTX Corporation. Physical ammunition is flying off the shelves from retail buyers. I 100% believe you, Danny. I 100%. This is huge. I have to tell you, this is why we've been becoming day traders lately. But I think we may have to hold a larger swing position in SWBI. I think maybe we have to think about a swing position in POWL because I've never seen so many folks who don't have guns, who've never talked about guns, don't own guns, and I just see it in my circles on social media. Everyone talking about you got to get a gun, and I guess it's easier for people who already have a gun. The ammo sales go up right away. If you don't have a gun, it's a little bit harder with all the red tape and everything. But this story has legs. So Danny, thank you for that nugget of information. It just gives me a little bit more confidence to hold on to this SW. And I got to write down that I'm like out of space on my 300 ticker list, but I don't know if OLN is a pure play enough. That's just a data point. I don't know if it's a pure play enough to play it. They have a lot of other things going on. I see the Winchester segment produces and sells sporting ammunition. I see that. Reloading components, small caliber military ammunition components, and industrial cartridges. All right, you know what? I'm going to write it down, and I'll see if I can delete a stock from my 300 stocks to make room to put this on our watch list. OLN, all right? Thank you for that. Thank you, Danny, that you like our show. Spread the word. If you want to become a VIP, head on over to StoryTrading.com/app. Where are these comments? Here we go. There we go. Head on to StoryTrading.com/app, and you can grab a free trial, and you can see me every morning at 9 a.m. Plus, I start posting sometimes in that VIP trading room as early as 4 a.m. All right, let's go. Have a great day. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in.